Hello everybody, boy with the beanie back here again, and starting out the video straight up, I would like to apologize for any malfunctions or problems that happened with the audio. My headset got messed up and that was the mic for my recording, so I'm gonna need a new headset, probably get like some better shit. But second thing, I did not know Tasaya, or Saya, however I pronounce it, I did not know he didn't have a video on Jack the Ripper. So what I said yesterday kind of came into null and void. I apologize for that, but instead I will be reacting to Don't Sleep on Sasaki, or Sasaki, however you like to say it. So let's go.
I just gotta say that I am appalled by the blatant disrespect that I'm seeing on this man's name. But that's another case. Savior of France, ladies and gentlemen, just in case the people forgot.
I'm reading that right? I put on the captions just so I didn't have the audio mess up so I didn't get feedback. It's like 16 seconds in, I already don't know what's going on. Savior of France is exactly what I'm seeing here. That is a long ass blade as well. I want that, but still, Savior of France.
We're here to remind him. Starting off with Face Stay Night, we know he has a high awareness, pointing out Ren's familiar, then executing it on sight. We know that his sword can cut through steel, and even though it's only made by man, it was still hanging with Saber's Excalibur despite it being a divine construct. In Ataraxia, he's shown an extreme preciseness with his blade, cutting off all 4 limbs when he attacked each shade spirit, and there was an entire swarm of them. If you look at the materials, Nasu himself says that if Heracles went for the kill against Sasaki, he would have got his head cut off. And the
captions probably as Sasuke.
Only thing that would have saved him would be his god hand. We know that he can casually block Saber's head-on attacks without even trying. He casually one-shotted Medea in Unlimited Codes after she underestimated his ability to fight back. There are several times where he's shown to be able to...
Be prepared for a lot of background noise. This is going to be a long video and one very trying for my patience.
Keep up with Saber herself being Mach speed in terms of reactions. She also had to admit that she was shocked by his pure skill when she had the advantage in every field. You have FGO, where Musashi admits that Sasaki is at least several times stronger than her, and she's already a master swordsman herself. She also tells us that his skill is on a godly level. We know that canonically, the only reason he lost his second fight against Saber is because he bent his sword. And if we're being honest, that's just a fancy way to say convenience. Conveniently bent his sword when he needs to get out the way. He managed to charge in during Saber's wind release, the story telling us that this normally has 0 entry. This same wind was able to fend off Gilgamesh, Hassan, and Jill's familiars. You have Unlimited Codes, where Medea was so afraid of Heracles that even after watching Sasaki take a fatal hit for her, she still forced him to fight Heracles with the command spell just to protect her. He has an insane level of durability and tolerance, being able to handle Medea blowing open his entire chest, then jumping right back on his feet on top of that. Nasu tells us that if him and Cursed Arm Hassan get into a fight, even if Cursed Arm gets off his phantasm, Sasaki would still have the willpower to bring it to at least a tie. In the Cooking series, we've seen that he has the reaction to catch objects at a speed that's barely discernible to the human eye. In his fight against Saber, it tells us that his skill and his sword link could casually hit Saber from 5 meters away. Just getting in on Sasaki proved to be a difficult task multiple times, Saber being forced to hold back on majority of them. He's been shown to handle extreme conditions, engaging with Musashi in a pool of fire unbothered. From his interactions with Emiya, it tells us that he responded to Emiya's attack at lightning speed and the attack wasn't even meant for him. Again, showcasing his high awareness, he scouted out a tree that Archer was hiding behind and threw a knife at him. This was in the middle of him and Saber fighting. For all the people who think that he can't deal with far range, he's literally been shown dodging and slicing through Archer's arrows multiple times. Keep in mind that this was not only a surprise attack, but he also had had a limited amount of space to get out the way. He's shown to be cool under pressure, warding off Saber's killing intent with ease. You have his eye of the mind that allows him to negate visual interference and sense danger beforehand. In FGO, he was able to point out the fact that Danzo didn't have a heartbeat. Just being around him, you know that he doesn't give off a magical presence, making it easy for people to
How can this man hear someone else's heartbeat? And well, yeah, I am kind of surprised at all the speed feats, but with everything going on in Fate, you need to be at least Mark 5. You need to be 5 years old, racing with the Black Hawk for fun, to be like a Fate character. You need to be that fast. I don't know. Everything in Fate is just ridiculously fast. I have not once yet met a slow, power-based character, but that's probably going to be, I don't know, a brawler or a bazooka, but then again, I might be wrong.
Estimate him. He has the transparency skill that allows him to negate mental attacks, save the head games for somebody else. In FGO, you had the real Musashi say that he was more than worthy of being his rival. You have his harmony skill, which tells us no matter how many times he does the same move on an enemy, it will never fall in accuracy. There's the part when Saber mentioned how just his regular attacks.
Okay, I want to explain why I smiled at that. I play a lot of first-person shooter games. Team Fortress 2 to be specific, but if you've been keeping up on your channel, you've been seeing the videos. Consistency when hitting ranged attacks or just hitting attacks in general is like a godsend in any kind of fight. If you could hit, I mean, I play Scout most of the time, so if you could like close hit attacks, close hit body shots, Scout with Scout's shotgun, and you just keep hitting off perfect 20s and 30 points of damage. You could 2-shot to 3-shot almost any class in there. That's why the Force of Nature is there. Force of Nature kind of sucks, but still it's there. Let's continue.
Alone are extremely fast and difficult to follow. There was even a part where she doubted if she could beat him if she used all of her powers. You have the materials, where Nasu himself says that Sasaki is very possibly the most skilled swordsman of all time. In the UB-Dub route, it tells us that he flat out fended off nearly every single servant that was in the story. Heracles, Ku, Medusa, Saber, Emiya, not one of them could get past his swordsmanship. He mentions himself that he would one-shot an enemy if they tried to come at him with skills that were only average. Nasu also tells us in a battle where everything is allowed, Archer would come out.
Man's so skilled, he was like, if you are... He's like Escanor. He's like Escanor. He ain't gonna bother to give you a decent fight if you're not up to he level. It's like Escanor, but samuraized.
Out on top, in the event that he loses this advantage, he implies that his chances up close or out the window. In FGO, you have the time where he explains to Martha that he has access to judo techniques if he needs them. In Shimosa, we had him go one-on-one with Musashi once again. He is one of the only servants capable of reaching the realm of nothingness off of pure skill alone. This was literally him transcending into a void space dimension, and he was barely edged out for the win. You have Amakusa, who's been a master swordsman since the time that he was a teen. He also agrees there's not a human in this world that can pass Sasaki in sword skill. From his fight with Musashi, we know that he surpassed the limits of time and space itself. In his fight against Saber, the story tells us that he somehow managed to track every single blow. There are even some hits that are said to be more devastating than the ones before. All of his main strikes aim straight for the neck, so you have to worry about fatal hits nearly every time. His sword is stated to be at least 4 feet long, giving him a ridiculous amount of coverage. He had enough reserves to survive even after his master Medea.
Okay, I'm not pausing this quite at the end for a lot, but 4 feet long. Where is it? Not an... Is it like a Nodachi or something? But the handle is too short. It's like a hybrid between a Nodachi and a katana. So you have a long blade and a short handle. Well, basic size handle. Basic size handle for any katana sword is basically from your wrist to your elbow. So whenever you're holding it, you at least know how you're holding it, because that is where all the muscle movements within controlling the sword happens. The rest of it over here and the rest is just a swing. Is the forearms that kind of do it. Is like I'm doing a chopping motion with my hand like down, up because see like the thing moves here. So yeah, quick lesson there. I still 4 feet, doesn't it? Doesn't that seem kind of excessive?
Was gone. This is thanks to the way that he was summoned. He also doesn't have independent manifestation. And then you have his unique move, Tsubame Gaeshi, or his swallow reversal. While this is recognized to be his phantasm, it's not actually one by the book. It's actually him being so good in his swordsmanship that he reached into the second magic, and it comes out as a skill instead, meaning that he doesn't have the drawbacks of it being a phantasm, like cooldown. You had Archer bring up the fact that his move is so fast that it bends space and replicates his hit 2 times after the first one. This results in a 3-hit slash from multiple directions that's nearly unavoidable. This same move is said to be capable of cutting down gods. It tells us that the only countermeasure to this attack is not letting him use it in the first place. And then in FGO, you have him casually defeat a swordsman who was said to be unbeaten for 100 battles. I know these dudes aren't gonna give my boy his props, but that's where I come into the play because you know I'ma keep it real. The reality of the matter is, if you let Sasaki get in, chances are he's folding your favorite servant. There's a reason why Medea trusted his skills more than her own. This dude is like Kareem Abdul on the inside. What do you mean? That being said, he's getting an A rank, and I don't want to hear anything about it. When you out here reaching infinite possibilities, transcending dimensions, bending space with no divinity to be found, you are clearly of a different breed.
Okay, so I know they say like his slashes could, well, it's said to cut down gods. So how would he fare against Ishtar? Because I think she's like a half god or something. I can't really remember it much. But well, you'll see it on the video. I'll give y'all a choice. Like you have all these things on the screen here. Choose one. Like I'm keeping it here for a while. Choose one for me to react to tomorrow, and I guaranteed will do it. Because there's plenty of things here. People have been telling me to react to Gilgamesh. Forgot who the other name was. It wasn't Bazet. It wasn't Saber, but I know I have she on my list eventually. But yeah, you get the idea. Like for everything here, while I just talking being stupid, it's like choose one to react to it and put it down in the comments below. I will react to it, guaranteed, no questions asked. And don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, the Top G still needs our help, so I want in the comments, spam it all you could, free Top G. I don't care about the YouTube thing. I don't get paid by this. I don't get monetized by this. I don't get sponsored by anybody. I don't mind if it gets taken down. I do this for fun. I do this for you guys to, well, see me be kind of clueless on the entire Fate series. But still, just spam it. Every time I try to make a video on TikTok, they're always deleting the video for hateful ideology or outright not showing it on the For You page. I could make a video about Tate now and a video about cats. And the cats will get 100 views in like a minute, while a week would pass and 0 views on the Tate video. So spam it down below. The Top G needs our help. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you see like any of these here you want me to react to, it could be the song, could be what is this? Yeah, CJ the Champ. It could be any one of these. Hell, even Russian Badger. I was meaning to react to one of his videos because it's funny as hell. Especially with the Aku meme face didn't giving it away, but still. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I don't have an outro.